Hello, this video is going to be on the Marvel Legends Infinite series of Iron Man and the Guardians of the Galaxy movie Gamora. And these two are paired up together because they both have the legs for Build-A-Figure Groot, and if you watched my previous video, I said I would do whatever figures came with Groot's legs, so these guys are paired up together. Anyway, they come in your standard Marvel Legends packaging. They got character art on both sides. I really like the Gamora one because it really looks like Zoe Saldana. And on the back you have some info about each character. For Iron Man, it says when Tony Stark teamed up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, he built a new suit of modular armor designed for extended missions in the blackness of space. And then Gamora's little info says the last survivor of an extinguished race, the assassin Gamora trained from childhood to become the most dangerous woman in the universe. So on the bottom right here on each box, you'll have the parts to complete your Build-A-Figure Groot and which part comes with which figure, which character. And there's no mention of future waves or future character figures to come out for Guardians of the Galaxy. I imagine this is pretty much all we're gonna get unless they decide to make a new set of characters next year. But I think Hasbro will be full force on Age of Ultron around this time of year next year. So anyway, we'll take a look at these, and I think I'll do Iron Man first and then Gamora will be second. Before I take these out of the box, I just wanted to mention that these do not have tape to seal the flaps, so if you are planning on buying these in an actual store, just double check to make sure you are getting exactly what you're supposed to get with each figure. None of the pieces are swapped out for other action figure parts and stuff, so I just wanted to mention that before I take these out. And here's Iron Man out of the packaging, and he's already fun to do poses with. So here is Iron Man out of the packaging. He has the red and gold combination of colors, and I mean, it looks actually kind of nice. I'm just not I'm not really a big fan of these little shoulder guards that he has for this armor, but other than that, it does look like a fairly typical Iron Man figure, but in terms of these parts, they do come off really easily if you decide to start moving his arms around. Here's a quick example showing how the shoulder part can easily pop off if you're just trying to move the arm in a different position, but and it like kind of went all the way to the back of the table. I would probably, if I were to display these in poses, I would just take these off first and then figure out what you want to do with his arms and then try to reattach them so it won't just pop off as you work on the pose. So anyway, other than that, he does look like any other kind of Iron Man armor. Here is the articulation for this Iron Man figure. You can look up a tad bit, and you can also look down a little, and he can lean back a little bit right there, and he also can lean forward a tiny bit as well. And then I'll try to do the arm with the shoulder armor attached. This arm can rotate all the way around, and then also can rotate at the upper arm right there. The elbow has some bend to it, and it can't go all the way back, or it can't go the other direction, but it can go that far, bending it that way. And then the wrist can rotate all the way around as well, and the same is for the other arm. And the waist spins all the way around, and then the upper thigh can rotate right there. The knee has some bend as well, and can't go that far forward, but who really wants to do that? And then the ankle ball joint right here is crazy. It can go all the way like that, and it can also go the other direction as well, sort of, and then can point his toes quite well, and then point his toes upwards like that. So I guess the articulation is pretty good-ish. I'm quite sure you can do a lot of poses with this figure. So overall, I think this figure is just okay. It's not like a great Iron Man figure, but then again, the only Iron Man figure I had other than this are the Hot Toys versions. So don't really have any other Marvel Legends Iron Man figures to compare this with, but I do enjoy the amount of poses it can do. The paint job is pretty good, minus the shoulder part. They don't really match the red, so it would have been nice if they could have just tried their best to match it, or just try to mold the shoulder part onto the actual arm piece, but I guess that would cost a lot more for Hasbro to do that. And yeah, I really do like the ankle ball joint. I think it's just crazy how they can do that with this figure. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this Iron Man figure. And next up will be the Guardians of the Galaxy movie Gamora figure. And before I get to Gamora, I just wanted to show off the Build-A-Figure Groot part. It's the right leg, and I'll attach it to this Groot once I get to the leg that's included with Gamora. She comes with the left leg. So, but other than that, this is actually a I don't think there's any green on this leg, and I'm not sure if there's any on the other leg as well, but here is the articulation right here for the knee, and it can rotate, so that's kind of cool. And now I gotta find out where it was supposed to be. I think it's right here, yeah. And the feet area can bend all the way down here, kind of like the Iron Man figure, so that's nuts. And it goes the other way as well. And you can't point it up much, and you can't, or I guess you can point the toes of the tree. So that's kind of cool as well. But yeah, anyway, and here is the peg that you have to attach to it right here. And we'll do that once I get the other leg out. And yeah, I couldn't wait to put both legs on at the same time, so I did put Groot's right leg on, and this is what it kind of looks like. You kind of have to move his knee joint, rotate it a little bit so he can stand on one leg. But this is what Groot looks like with one leg. And in case you were just wondering, if you can assemble parts of Groot while you try to track down other Marvel Legends figures to complete Groot. So this is what he looks like with one leg. So anyway, that's what he looks like, so I'll just move on to Gamora now. And here is Gamora along with the left leg for Build-A-Figure Groot right here. I'll attach this to Groot towards the end of the video. But this Gamora figure is probably best viewed in person. I don't think pictures will do this figure any justice. The paint apps just from top to bottom are just crazy. She also comes with this sword weapon, and kind of looks like a fork, but let's see, the blue paint along her pants is really cool, and it goes all the way up to the top of her shirt or vest or whatever it's called. And there's this little neat lighter blue neck piece that has some silver dots on it as well. And then on the back, the blue is also on the back of her leg right there. And the paint app on her hair is just crazy. I actually really like this, and it starts off dark and then it turns into this weird fiery kind of color right there. But yeah, overall, I think this figure is fairly well painted, but not the easiest to get to stand up without falling down. Here is the articulation for Gamora. Her head would rotate all the way around if it wasn't for the hair, but since the hair is there, it's kind of limited. And the arm right here can go kind of all the way up. Actually, it can go all the way up like that, and then it rotates all the way around. And the elbow right here can bend as well, and then the wrist can also rotate. And the same as for the other arm. And then the stomach / chest area can rotate all the way around. And the leg, I don't think the leg can go sideways, but it can go all the way up and backwards. So that's pretty good. And then the upper leg also has that rotating part right there. And then the knees can bend. It's actually a really good bend on her compared to the guy figures that I've done so far. And it kind of goes forward a little bit if you really want to do that. And then the ankle area rotates and can point her toes like down like that, and can point up just a tad bit, and then no really bending sideways for the ankles of Gamora. So anyway, she also does come with this belt along her waist. It's kind of loose. I'm not sure if it's supposed to hold her sword there, but you can place it there in case you don't want your Gamora figure to be holding a sword. So that's actually kind of nice if this is what it was included for, or if you're just supposed to put it on the side right there. But anyway, but yeah, anyway, this is definitely a figure that is most appreciated in person, rather than just looking at online pictures and stuff. So, and to wrap up this Gamora figure, I just wanted to show off the paint apps around her upper body, starting with the neck part, which is the light blue and silver dots. I think those look crazy, as well as the dark blue that's pretty much along her upper body on the clothing, and it goes down to her pants as well, right there, and it's also on the back, so that's cool. But the one thing that I absolutely like about the paint apps is what they've done with the hair, and it just looks completely awesome. So that's probably the best thing for me for this Gamora figure that I like the most. And you can see with the paint around the cheeks to give it some kind of definition to it, because I think her cheeks in the movie are kind of defined a little bit differently than it is with a normal human being, and then the eyebrows are also a little bit different as well. But overall, I think this figure is probably best seen in person, so definitely try to get one of these, especially, well, you're going to have to get one if you want to make the Groot figure, but in terms of keeping this figure, I think it's quite nice when you have it in person. So anyway, we'll take a look at all of the figures that I've opened up so far. So here is Gamora and the Iron Man figure that I opened up in this video, and here are the two previous Marvel Legends figures for Guardians of the Galaxy that I opened up for the Build-A-Figure Groot. There's Drax the Destroyer, and here is Rocket Raccoon. And that's what the four of them look like right there. And in case you just wanted to see what the movie Guardians of the Galaxy team looks like so far, here is three of them with Drax, Gamora, and Rocket Raccoon. So eventually Groot will be completely assembled, and coming up next is going to be Star-Lord in the third and final video. But overall, so far, I really like these figures, and kind of sucks that Iron Man isn't going to be in this movie, or at least we don't know he's not in the movie yet, but he does look nice next to these figures so far. So anyway, I'm going to do the Groot Build-A-Figure by attaching the leg. And there's the leg that I couldn't wait to put on, which you saw earlier. And to put the left leg on, you just peg this into the hole right here, and it'll snap into place like that, and there you go. So really cool, and he's really tall, as he should be, but it's just crazy looking at this in person. And I forgot if I did the articulation of the leg, but it can go to the side like that. It can't go back because of the backside kind of blocking it, and his legs can go forward just a tiny bit like that. So, and the legs do bend as well, so both legs can do that. And then of course the feet right here can rotate and stuff for some interesting poses. But I'll do the poses for Groot once he's completely assembled. But yeah, it's just an overall awesome Build-A-Figure in process at the moment. So there is the armless Build-A-Figure Groot in the back, and just to give you a size comparison on how tall Groot is and how short Rocket Raccoon is. And yeah, I just really cannot wait to have this guy fully assembled, and I'm like trying my best not to just bust open the Nova and Star-Lord packaging and just attach the arms, but I will get to it eventually. So anyway, this is pretty much it for the Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel Legends of Gamora, and then just a cosmic Iron Man armor, which is kind of relative to Guardians of the Galaxy in the comic books. So anyway, that's all for this one, and the third video again will be on Star-Lord and Nova and the completed Build-A-Figure Groot. So that's all for this one, so thanks for watching, and later.